here on Sunday. She gave the Mountain Lions the 1-0 win against Metro State Denver, Referees for tonight's match, the center referee, Oscar Arias. Near sideline, assistant referee, Andrea Jones. Far side, assistant referee, Sarah Renner. And Rob Kiefer will be the extra referee at the sub table tonight. Both of these teams have been very strong, both offensively and defensively throughout their season. Mountain Lions coming into tonight with a plus 36 goals differential, The Orediggers sporting a plus 25 goal differential. The Mountain Lions will start with the ball. It is Ella Fisher at midfield. Fisher had the only goal in the Mountain Lions' first meeting of this RMAC tournament on Sunday against Metro State. The Orediggers defeating Westminster College in penalty kicks, winning that one 3-2 officially. They took the penalty kick period 3-0, however. So 45 minutes on the clock. We're just waiting for the whistle from Oscar Arias, and there it is. Ball is put in play, and away we go from Mountain Lions Stadium in Colorado Springs. Thank you for joining us both on the UCCS Live YouTube and the RMAC Network. My name is Jake Ross, bringing you the action from Mountain Lions Stadium. But it was just a little bit off Patterson's shot, so we will have our first goal kick. That's Sierra Roth on your screen, the senior goalkeeper for this Orediggers team. Kicks it off. First to touch it at midfield is Landry Corbett. Patterson now. Ball comes free and it ends up being cleaned up by Colleen Terrell. Throw in on the far side for the Mountain Lions, just in front of their own bench. While both of these teams are certainly capable of producing lots of offense, wouldn't be surprised if we see just a couple of goals or even just one goal at the conclusion of this game. We'll see how it plays out over the evening. Both teams certainly very strong on offense, but even stronger on defense. McKenna Fowler gets it midfield, passes it back to Jade Kinsey. Along the near sideline, moved up for Tori Maydew. Maydew, nice turn, has McKenna Fowler streaking down the sideline. She does get it. Good job staying onside by McKenna Fowler. She'll slow things down and try and center it, but that one will go out of play, blocked by Colleen Terrell, and we will have our first corner kick of the day. It will go the way of the Mountain Lions. Only one shot to speak of to this point. That was that wide shot off the foot of Tara Patterson earlier. It will be Michaela Merlot to take it for the Mountain Lions. Ball in play and just goes over the crossbar. Nice movement put on the ball there by Michaela Merlot, but a little too strong, and that one doesn't have a chance for the redirect in the box. So another goal kick coming from Sierra Roth and the Orediggers. First touch at midfield again by Terrell. That was Landry Corbett with the header at midfield. That one's going to roll out of bounds, and it'll be yet another goal kick for the Orediggers. 41 minutes remaining, 4 minutes gone already. Here in Colorado Springs, Colorado, the sun has dipped behind Pikes Peak. The lights are on here at Mountain Lions Stadium. Gentle breeze from north to south thus far. Nothing too bad, but it certainly is cooling down quickly as the Orediggers look to move it into the Mountain Lion end for the first time Good defensive recovery there by McKenna Fowler of the Mountain Lions. Goes off the foot of Elliott Edwards, and Fowler will throw it in just a few feet in from that near right corner. Body down there by Tara Patterson and cleared out. Finds Maydew. And Mines will take back over there. That's Emma Peterson taking control for the Orediggers, chasing it down in the corner and tipped out of bounds there by Michaela Merlot, midfielder for the Mountain Lions, named to all RMAC first team. Tara Patterson also being named to all RMAC first team for the Mountain Lions. With the throw in is Landry Corbett. Trying to pick her spot and goes back in, headed back out to the outside by Jade Kinsey, and that one's put over the middle, but too strong there for anybody to redirect it on net. And it comes to Laura Butler on the far side, hounded there by Abby Barheit, getting the start for the Mountain Lions this afternoon in place of Fee Steinberg. Fighting for possession there, and coming away with it is the Orediggers, but it's kicked out of bounds, and the Mountain Lions will have a throw-in, and Barheit pitches it in quickly to Zoe Sims. Tara Patterson passes it to her back line, and the Mountain Lions will settle things down with Katie Pacino. Nice job there by Landry Corbett to stick a foot into that one. She might have an offensive opportunity here, but good defense there by Jade Kinsey. Knocks it out of bounds, and it will be a Mines corner kick. First corner kick of the evening for the School of Mines. 38 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. No shots to speak of for the Orediggers to this point. It will be Landry Corbett that will take the corner kick for Mines. Ball's put back in play, looking for a header in the box, and that one will be hit wide left, and a goal kick for Lexi Walker and the Mountain Lions. Lexi Walker, the third goalkeeper used by UCCS this season. Chloe DeShazer got the call early in the season. The middle of the season was Emily Van Gundy. She was in net for the first meeting between these two teams. And this evening it is Lexi Walker out of Castle Rock, Colorado, as the Mountain Lions are trying to get back on the offensive side of the field, but Colorado School of Mines is having none of it as they move it right back in. Good defensive play there by McKenna Fowler, and Michaela Merlot will move it up past midfield. Tori Maydew with it now, tries to give it off, but will have to take it herself and play it back to Jade Kinsey and the Mountain Lions defensive line. Mountain Lions trying to get back on the offensive side of the field. Caitlin Hinkle will take it across, hounded by a couple of Orediggers there, but does a good job to keep possession, and a nice slide tackle there. And cleaned up by Zoe Sims. She tips it off. Tara Patterson tries to keep it there and does get it ahead, but tripped up on the play, and it will be a free kick for Colorado School of Mines. Drawing that penalty is number 22, Ava Harmon. Sierra Roth, the goalkeeper for the Mines squad, will take that free kick just outside of her goalie box on the far side of the field. Put back into play, and a nice pass upfield. That one is a little bit too far in front of that Mines winger, and the Mountain Lions will have a throw in. They try and keep that in play. Just passing that one gingerly across that sideline, and Mines will take control once again. Jumping in front of that pass is Emma Peterson. And Pacino will let that one roll out of play. Good heads-up decision there for her not to touch that ball. Let it roll out of play and give her team the goal kick. Give them a chance to reset, slide up the field, and try and get some offense going. Pushed off the ball there momentarily is Caitlin Hinkle, and Mines doing a good job of keeping control in the Mountain Line end. Good touch pass there. There's a host of Mountain Lions there to come and stomp that one out. That one will roll out of play and be a Mountain Lions throw on this time on the near side of the field. Mountain Lions controlled the offensive pressure for the first part of this game, but since then, about 5 minutes into the half, the Orediggers took control and have really controlled the offensive pressure since then. Tipped back by Zoe Sano of the Orediggers, and the back line will try and re-enter the zone. Far side of the field there, it's Butler for the Orediggers. Clear attempt by Sims is unsuccessful. Cut off there by Reese McDermott. She had a goal in the first RMAC match against Westminster College for the Orediggers. But an easy save there by Lexi Walker, and she will punt it away for the Mountain Lions. First to touch it there is the defender, Colleen Terrell. But the Orediggers will move it right back in, trying to gain control there, and a nice job there by Jade Kinsey of the Mountain Lions trying to take control back. But once again, Mines moves back in. Mountain Lions need to find some possession time as they've been on their heels for several minutes now on their own side of the field. Barheit going against Edwards. And the Mountain Lions will reset it against their defensive line. Kinsey moves it up the field. Cut off there by Cedabeck for the School of Mines. Chance there but coming out of her net to play the ball is Lexi Walker, and Jade Kinsey will move it up the field to McKenna Fowler. Fowler moving quickly now, has Maydew up the sideline, looking for the give and go back to Fowler, but a nice defensive play there by Terrell. And the Orediggers will move it back into the Mountain Lions side of the field. Looks like the game plan thus far for Colorado School of Mines is just get the Mountain Lions offensive players off of the ball and clear it back into their side of the field as fast as possible. As a nice job there by Colleen Terrell, and it will end up being a foul called after Terrell went down. A little bit of a late whistle as the center referee went for some help from the side referees. Terrell drawing that foul on Tori Maydew of the Mountain Lions. 32 minutes and 15 seconds here to play. Clock is still rolling. Ball's put back in play, put down. First touch there by McKenna Fowler, although it skips overhead. Fowler forcing McDermott to play it in the corner. Merlot in to help her. Crossing attempt there is headed in, but a nice defensive play there by Katie Pacino. Pacino for the Mountain Lions also being named a All RMAC honorable mention this past week. That ball's ahead on the far side of the field, for Colorado School of Mines, and they'll play it into the middle. It ends up with Zoe Sano. Terrell plays it far down the field, but that one's going to roll all the way down. Will it get the end line? It will, and it will be a goal kick for UCCS. Mines trying to get it on that sideline side of the flag, get a Mountain Lion throw in, but it does go off of the end line, so it will be a goal kick. Swung out to Jade Kinsey. Kinsey moves it up for Maydew, hounded there by Carolina Cedabeck. Throwing for the Orediggers, putting it back in play is Cedabeck. This time it'll be Corbett on the throw-in. Corbett goes down the sideline. First touch there by Kinsey. Nice little touch over to McKenna Fowler and cleared out for the Mountain Lions by Michaela Merlot. Tara Patterson's trying to come in and move that one upfield, but unable to, as Colleen Terrell was there to clear it back down. Cederbeck again will throw it in. Has a few options, but she elects to throw it back to Terrell. Terrell moves it up the field. Nice lane there. Lots of very good, clean passing by the School of Mines to this point. Not a whole lot of disruption coming out of the Mountain Lions and passing lanes to this point of the game, but Ella Fisher will take control and play it back to Pacino. Pacino plays it over for Sims. Sims moves it up the field, has bar height there, and tries to, that was Hinkle, tried to play it off to bar height, but a little bit of a miscommunication there in front of the substitution table. Once again, it will be a Mines throw-in. Corbett has it cleared away for a moment, but it comes to Emma Peterson. But the Mountain Lions will take control. Moving it up the field quickly is McKenna Fowler, and she trips over herself. Good recovery there. It looks like Fowler may have twisted an ankle there momentarily. Kind of an awkward situation as she got her cleat stuck in the turf momentarily as she tried to accelerate up the field, but it will be Landry Corbett once again. Typically sees several flip throws out of Mrs. Corbett, but not a whole lot of room on the sideline here in Colorado Springs for her to work with. See the Mountain Lions mascot Clyde there on the sideline. Not a whole lot of spectators in the stands here at Mountain Lion Stadium, as it is a chilly night in Colorado Springs as the temperatures drop below 50 degrees. As Barheit and Harmon battle in the corner, and it'll end up a throw-in for the Orediggers. Harmon will leave it there on the sideline. It will end up being Landry Corbett to come over. There is some more room to work with on that far side, so it looks like we will get to see one of the patented flip throws out of Corbett here. Ball on the ground, flip around and throw it in. There it is. So that one bounces on into the goalie box for the Mountain Lions, but tipped just out of play, and the score will remain 0-0 here. You see 27.5 minutes still to play here in the first half. Zoe Sims will play it up for the Mountain Lions. Hinkle plays it over for Barheit, tries to get the give and go, but it's just a little too far ahead of Caitlin Hinkle and the Mountain Lions, but it'll be thrown in and a whistle here. Yeah, and the center referee, Oscar Arias, is going to tell her to take a few steps back as she tried to run it forward a little bit. Barheit's still looking for a ball. And will retreat back to her own side of midfield. Throws it in. It's Sims with it now. Plays it back to Pacino. Mountain Lions trying to find their way back into the offensive zone for the first time in several minutes, as that one's just a little bit too far ahead of Maydew, and she tips it in. That was Patterson in the middle of the field for the Mountain Lions, trying to get it over for Maydew. A little too far in front of her, and Roth will punt it away. That one will skip at midfield. First touch there by Laura Butler. Will be a Mountain Lion throw-in. Maydew trying to get it into Patterson. Nice defensive header there by Cederbeck. And Kinsey will have another throw-in for the Mountain Lions. Goes over the head of McKenna Fowler, trying to get a late break on it was Tara Patterson. Goes through the feet of both Butler and Fowler, and the Mountain Lions will regroup on the defensive line. Played it across for Sims. It's Sims now. Plays it up for McKenna Fowler in front of our broadcast position. Tipped ahead for Tara Patterson. Tries to get the center, but no one's there in the middle of the field for the Mountain Lions to take advantage. Kinsey's going to be the first one to it. Plays it up for Fowler. Fowler's got Tara Patterson in front of her. Does get it to her. And a give and go there. Back to Fowler. Fowler has it on the end line. And offside is called on the far side of the field by Sarah Renner. So a free kick comes to the Orediggers just at the corner of the goalie box off the offside call. Patterson there defensively for the Mountain Lions, and it will be tipped off of her for School of Mines throw-in. Several balls coming out onto the field there. It's the ball that was kicked out, rolled back down onto the field, but that time it's tipped out of play there by Laura Butler, and it will be a Mountain Lions throw-in this time around. Kinsey throws it into Patterson. Nice job settling the ball, or excuse me, that's Maydew settling the ball down. Merlot pitches in, trying to keep the offensive pressure alive. Patterson now trips on the ball momentarily. And it is cleared back upfield by Emma Peterson. Goes out of play, and it will be a Mountain Lions throw-in. Kinsey tries to weigh her options, goes straight in front of her to McKenna Fowler. Fowler plays it back to Kinsey, and Kinsey will move it quickly up the field looking for Hinkle. That one cut off by Jordan Barnhart. But the Mountain Lions will keep control for now. Merlot resets it back to Pacino. Pacino over to Sims. Sims plays it up for Barheit. Good recovery there. She plays it up for Ella Fisher. Fisher had the only goal against Metro State in the quarterfinal round, giving the Mountain Lions that 1-0 victory. She tried to play it forward for Caitlin Hinkle, but Hinkle was a step too far ahead of the last defender, and it was another offside call for the Mountain Lions. Sims tries to push it back forward. Hinkle coming in, and the Mountain Lions do take control at midfield. Moving quickly with it is Fisher. Gives it to Tara Patterson. Patterson shoots, but that one is blocked away by Zoe Sano. The Mountain Lions still threatening, trying to get it back up the field. Barheit moving quickly with it. Tries to tip it ahead, but Sano's there to clear it out. But Mountain Lions take control once again. Merlot in the midfield, plays it back for Kinsey. Kinsey has Fowler on the near sideline if she wants her. Elects to go to Tara Patterson. She's cut off momentarily, but a shot put on there, and it's blocked away once again. Good job by the Mountain Lions getting some offensive pressure back after being on their heels for several minutes as Barheit tries to find Maydew, and that one's offside again. Maydew unhappy as she puts a strong kick into the screen behind the goal. Frustration coming out for the Mountain Lions after the third offside call in just a few minutes here. 22 minutes and 10 seconds left to play in the first half. 4 shots to 1 in favor of the Orediggers to this point. 1 corner kick apiece, as we'll get Orediggers throwing now on the far side of the field. It will be Harmon with it. Throws it in. First touch by a Mountain Lion, and it comes to Michaela Merlot. Plays it back for Jade Kinsey right at midfield. Kinsey has Fowler on the near side, but plays it to the middle. Tara Patterson, hounded there by Terrell. Kinsey, long pass there, looking for Patterson, but unable to find her. Zoe Sims plays it forward for the Mountain Lions, settled there down momentarily by Patterson. She tries to regroup and will be unable to do so as that one's kicked out of play by the Orediggers, and the Mountain Lions will have a throw-in just in front of the School of Mines bench. Play back to the Mountain Lion back line. That's Fisher. Fisher slowing things down momentarily. Plays it up for Barheit. Barheit tries to move it into the middle of the field. Is tripped up there, but no call, as the center referee, Oscar Arias, says that slide tackle did get the ball, as Maydew will come away with it. Up back to Kinsey. Kinsey plays it back for Merlot. A little lackadaisical on, cleaned up by Laura Butler, but Mountain Lions are able to move it up. Merlot with it, has a little bit of space to work with, moves it forward for McKenna Fowler. Fowler working on the defender, tries to get past Cedar back, and that one's tipped out of play. It should be a corner kick here for the Mountain Lions, and will be. Good job there by McKenna Fowler of the Mountain Lions to get the pressure on the end line. Second corner kick for the Mountain Lions to this point. It will be Merlot again. Has Fisher coming up. She will tip it over to Fisher. Fisher tips it forward for Tara Patterson. Patterson tries to find a lane and turn the corner. Good defense there by School of Mines, but a crossing attempt there by Patterson. Unable to get to it is Tori Maydew, but Patterson will get things back and is tripped up there by Elliot Edwards of the Orediggers, and Patterson will have a free kick here. Tara Patterson leads in offensive stats in Mountain Lion history. A cross comes out of McKenna Fowler there, headed on net, and that one goes off the crossbar and out. Tori Maydew almost had herself a goal to give the Mountain Lions a lead here with just over 19 minutes to play. So we get a substitution into the game here for the Orediggers. Gracie Hennock comes in. Ends up being a goal kick for Roth. Certainly the best opportunity we've seen out of either team to this point. That chance there from the Mountain Lions. School of Mines trying to get it back onto the Mountain Lions side of the field. It'll end up with Sims moving it back up for the Mountain Lions. Barheit on the far side of the field. Working on Hennock just into the game. Back to Barheit moving forward. And that one will go just a little too far ahead, and the Orediggers will clear. Trying to keep the pressure on is Sims with the Mountain Lions. That one will get past her momentarily, and good recovery there by Sims to keep that one out of the reach of Reese McDermott. Ball comes in the near side of the field, played just in front of our broadcast position by McKenna Fowler. Plays it back for Jade Kinsey. Kinsey surveys, tries to play it in the middle of the field, but it's tipped by an Oredigger. Ends up with McKenna Fowler. She'll throw it in for the Mountain Lions. Tries to get it to Tara Patterson. Nice play there to get it ahead. Shot by Patterson just off the outside of the post. And we still are scoreless here at Mountain Lion Stadium, and another goal kick coming from Sierra Roth. What a chance there by Tara Patterson. Nice throwing attempt by McKenna Fowler off that near sideline, and good job by Tara Patterson getting through the defensive pressure and getting a strong shot off just a little bit wide and goes off the outside of the post. But the Mountain Lions are bringing it back. Moving it forward, trying to find help on the outside of Ella Fisher, but that one's tipped out of play by the School of Mines, and Barheit will throw it in. Fisher tries to get a centering opportunity, but it ends up with Peterson of the Orediggers, and they will clear. Trying to track back for that one is Puccino, and she will kick it out of play just in front of her own bench for a Oredigger throw-in. Lots of back and forth here at Mountain Lion Stadium. Mountain Lions got the first shot of the game in the early going. Then School of Mines had 4 unanswered shots. But since then, the Mountain Lions have responded with 4 unanswered shots of their own. They now lead that shot category 5-4. As the Orediggers trying to get some offensive pressure for the first time in several minutes. Going down there is Sims for the Mountain Lions. They try and get the ball in, and a nice save there. That one would have gone in that near corner of the goal if Walker wasn't there to make the save. Tip to the outside by Hinkle, and she gets the return pass from Barheit. Up for Patterson. Patterson, always a threat. Trying to find McKenna Fowler on the side. She does a great job staying on side and an even better job keeping that ball in play. Tries to get it off. Merlot with a shot, and that one's saved by Sierra Roth. First stretch pass of the evening that hasn't been called offside for the Mountain Lions as they settle it down on the near side. Abby Barheit has lots of space to work with on the far side as she moves it back in, gives it to Tara Patterson. Nice move there. Has some space to work with. What's she going to do with it? She collects the shot, and that one goes high and outside the upright. We'll get a substitution into the game here. Katie Kaler comes in for the Orediggers. She replaces Zoe Sano in the middle of the field. Will be a goal kick after the offensive opportunity for the Mountain Lions. 14 minutes, 33 seconds left here in the first half. No score to speak of. 6 shots to 5 in favor of the Mountain Lions. Trying to cut that one off was Caitlin Hinkle, but the Orediggers will take control and move it forward. That one goes out of bounds off the foot of Harmon, so Mountain Lions will take control in front of their own bench. Pacino hounded there by McDermott, and that one will be tipped back out of play, and the Orediggers will get a throw-in of their own. Will end up in the hands of Ava Harmon once again. Harmon throws it in. Orediggers trying to settle things down in that corner. Hounded there by Sims. That one go out of play. It will be a Mountain Lion throw-in. Reese McDermott getting an explanation there from the center referee who made the call. And another substitution comes in here for the School of Mines. It'll be number 7, Amina Nelson, that enters the game. Down there, she's wrestled off the ball. No call there. It was Katie Kaler who's just into the game a few substitutions ago for the Orediggers. It's the first action we've seen from her this evening. That one looks like it went out of play, so it will be a throw-in for UCCS, and we'll get a substitution here. Bree Johnson checks in place of Caitlin Hinkle, and Sydney Laster will take the spot of Tori Maydew, both offensive midfielders for the Mountain Lions coming off the bench. Laster had a goal, the lone goal, I should say, for the Mountain Lions in the first meeting between these two teams. Sims moves it up the field, comes to Johnson. Johnson plays it up for Lassiter. Lassiter trying to find Patterson, does get her. Good recovery by the Orediggers defense to get back in front of Patterson, and that was a cross. She tried to find Lassiter in the box, but a little too far in front of her, and it will end up being another goal kick for the School of Mines. 11 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. No score from Mountain Lions Stadium to this point. Mountain Lions, lead the shot category 7-5. First touch off the goal kick there by Michaela Merlot, and it'll be cleared back upfield by Cedarbeck, and again by Terrell. Getting past the defense of the Mountain Lions there momentarily as Nelson will be played back. Ends up in the feet of Edwards. Trying to get it up the field is the Orediggers, but it'll come to Johnson. She tries to turn and move it upfield, gets it across to Patterson. Only has a few defenders in front of her, but she'll slow things down and move it back to Michaela Merlot. Has Hennock, behind her. That one goes out of play. It'll end up being a Mountain Lion throw-in, but we'll get another substitution into the game for the Mountain Lions. Looks like we'll have a substitution on either side. Lauren Klingman replaces Laura Butler, and Fee Steinberg will come in place of Jade Kinsey. Fee Steinberg, a regular in the starting lineup for the Mountain Lions, but replaced this afternoon by Abby Barheit in the starting lineup. Lassiter heads it into the middle of the field. Trying to get there is Tara Patterson. It comes to Bree Johnson. She turns around, tips it for Tara Patterson. Trying to get it to Lassiter. Lassiter gonna turn and center it. Opportunity for the Mountain Lions goes for naught, but the pressure is still on as it comes to Steinberg. Steinberg over to Merlot. Merlot up to Lassiter. Lassiter plays it forward for Patterson. Patterson's looking for the crossing opportunity. Will get it down the sideline, but it ends up going out of play, and it will be a goal kick. Substitution comes in for the Orediggers. Hannah Rowan will replace Ava Hardman on the field. So that one skips off of both Tara Patterson and Michaela Merlot for the Mountain Lions, and the Orediggers try and move it upfield, but that forward pass opportunity from Edwards goes out of play for a Mountain Lion throw-in. It will be Fowler to throw it in for the Mountain Lions. Gets it up to Steinberg, back to Merlot, into the middle for Patterson. The Mountain Lions will regroup with their back line, and Sims with it now. Tries to get it across for McKenna Fowler. Good job in front of her, over for Steinberg, and back to Fowler. Lassiter up to Fee Steinberg, just into the game for the Mountain Lions, and it's taken away by Lauren Klingman, who's also just into the game. But for the Orediggers, tripped up momentarily is Amina Nelson, but no call there, as Pacino will settle things down and get it up to the Mountain Lion captain and Patterson. Patterson up for a streaking Steinberg. Gets it ahead for Sydney Lassiter. Has Steinberg running down the field. Lassiter working down the sideline. Has Kaler on her. Passes in the middle of the field looking for Steinberg, but it goes past her. Ends up on the foot of Peterson for the Orediggers, but Fowler will take control back for the Mountain Lions. Fighting for possession there. Ends up back with Peterson, and she will play it up the sideline. Streaking quickly for it is Amina Nelson, but first one to it is Pacino. Merlot turns. Ends up coming to Zoe Sims. Sims plays it forward. Nice move there to get past a couple of defenders. Up for Barheit, and it ends up trying to get to Johnson, but it rolls out of play as we get another substitution for the Orediggers. Emmy Higgins enters the game. We'll pause momentarily as well for Colleen Terrell to retire a cleat, but ball's back in play, and we are once again playing soccer. 7 minutes left on the clock. Mountain Lions still lead the shot category 7-5, though there's no goals on the board for either side. 0-0 still the case here at Mountain Lions Stadium, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Nice pass forward there to get through a couple of defenders, but it ends up being too far ahead of Fee Steinberg, so throw-in for the Orediggers. Nice play there by Tara Patterson to take control. She tries to move it forward. Good job staying onside by Bree Johnson, but it's cut off there by Jordan Barnhart. Barnhart a starter, but we haven't seen her a whole lot to this point. Fisher moves it over for Patterson. Patterson working on the defender. Plays it over for Fee Steinberg. Steinberg with the cross, and that one's cleared out by the Orediggers, and it'll end up being a throw-in for the Mountain Lions. Patterson over to take it for UCCS. She'll play it back for McKenna Fowler. She'll move it back up to Patterson and back to Fowler. A little pitch and catch there, working for some space. Steinberg over to Merlot in the middle of the field. Merlot plays it back for Zoe Sims. Sims tries to find Barheit. Barheit working on a couple of defenders, but makes a good move there, but taking control momentarily is Harmon. And it'll end up being a foul called on UCCS, so Barnhart will be awarded a free kick there on that far sideline. Five minutes and 15 seconds to play here in the first half. No score out of either team. Lassiter moves it forward for the Mountain Lions, tries to find Johnson. Johnson looking to beat the defenders. She's hounded off the ball momentarily. No call there from either the center or the sideline referee, but the Mountain Lions are still trying to fight for possession back, and we'll get it there momentarily. And a foul is called there as there is some contact between Klingman and Fisher. It'll end up being Tara Patterson with the free kick. Oscar Arias being very particular about the specific spot of the ball, but Patterson finds that spot for him, and we'll have a free kick coming here momentarily. Wouldn't be surprised if you see Patterson put this one on frame. She's a threat to score from anywhere. Whistles on. Ball's put in play as that one was put on net, but not a whole lot of mustard put on it from Patterson, and Roth has the easy save. Punt. First touch there by Sims, but the Orediggers do a good job, of getting control. Higgins working on the far side, and good defensive play there by Zoe Sims to kick that one out of bounds for the Oredigger throw-in. 3 minutes, 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. As we get into crunch time in the first half, Patterson and Merlot work to get that one off of the Orediggers. Patterson once again taking control. Plays it back for Barheit. Moves it back for Sims. Misses a few Mountain Lions up the field and ends up on the feet of Barnhart, and the Orediggers take control back to Barnhart. She plays it up the field, trying to get Nelson, but that one's too far in front of her, and Alexis Walker will collect for the Mountain Lions and roll it out to McKenna Fowler on the near side of the field. Fowler's playing it up for Steinberg. Steinberg trying to get on her horse a little bit, move it up the field, goes off the feet of Klingman as it got lost in her legs. Sydney Lassiter is called for a foul there. Not sure what the center referee, Oscar Arias, saw there. It looked like a clean soccer play from our vantage point, but nonetheless, it'll end up being a free kick for Colleen Terrell. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left on the clock. First offensive pressure we've seen in a few minutes from the Orediggers. Terrell puts it back in play. Goes over the head of several Mountain Lions, but a good header there by McKenna Fowler, and he'll end up with Steinberg on the near side. Steinberg tries to find Lassiter, and a nice move there put on Colleen Terrell, and Lassiter is moving up the sideline. She likes to move it back into the middle of the field, trying to find Barheit on the far side, but it's too far in front of her, and it'll roll out of play. Just under 2 minutes here, 1:55 on the clock, and we'll have another Sierra Roth goal kick. Roth plays it up. First touch at midfield by Fisher. On her horse to track that one down is McKenna Fowler. Good defensive play there, and she'll move it up for Steinberg. Steinberg has some space, moves it up to Lassiter. Lassiter tries to play it in the middle of the field, but no one's there for the Mountain Lions. Taking control there is Peterson. Peterson hounded by several Mountain Lions. Good defense there. No fouls on the play, and Merlot will dance with it momentarily and settle things down for the Mountain Lions. Patterson brings it across the midfield line, played back for Steinberg on the near side. 1 minute remaining, you see here out of the public address announcer Eric Mason here tonight at Mountain Lion Stadium. Fisher with it in the middle of the field. She'll turn and move it up. She's looking for Sims and has her on that far sideline. Moved into the middle of the field. Lassiter with it, trying to get it to Johnson. Johnson into the middle of the field, puts it on net. A shot there, but an easy save for Sierra Roth. 30 seconds remaining, 27, 26, 25 on the clock. First touch there and put back into the offensive side of the field by Michaela Merlot. Although the Orediggers will try and keep that one, but Tara Patterson does a good job settling that one down. Has Fee Steinberg to her right, plays it ahead for Steinberg. She'll look for a crossing opportunity. 7 seconds left, cross there. Fisher, hounded. And that will do it for the first half. Some excitement in the last few seconds as Fisher was looking for a penalty. That would have been a penalty kick for the Mountain Lions, as the foul occurred in the goalie box, but no score to speak of to this point. We will take a break here for halftime, 15 minutes, and then we will be back with the action of the second half. Nothing to speak of in the first half, but thank you for joining us for the first half of RMAC Women's Playoff Soccer in the RMAC Tournament. My name's Jake Ross. Don't go anywhere. 15 minutes, we will have the second half from Mountain Lion Stadium.
My name is Al Wilson. I'm the main stage event coordinator for the Office of Student Activities, which is the department that brought you Roar Days. OSA handles everything from X to Z when it comes to the planning of Roar Days. We do the budgeting, the event coordinating, the execution, as well as partnering with other departments to really bring a successful week of events to campus. The whole point of Roar Days is to bring a week of events that kind of bring students together on campus when they're not in class. The weather's starting to warm up, and we really want to try to reach as many students as possible. We do different events that hit different demographics. The driving kind of focus towards commuters, or the black light might be towards residential students. And we just try to reach all the students and bring them together. It's been incredible to go to school here the past few years and really get to be part of that community and see whether it's athletic events or a homecoming dance. Students always come out and they're always excited to be there. And it's a really great experience.
The majestic mountain lion, one of nature's most powerful predators, primarily indigenous to the Americas. This big cat is known to make its home just about anywhere. Although most consider them to be solitary in nature, these big cats actually show advanced social intelligence. This cat is known to be territorial, and as such will fiercely defend its territory from other big cats, employing a blend of power and stealth. Except during courtship. UCCS. Find your inner mountain lion.
As far as I know, this is the only center in the nation that really integrates clinical services and undergraduate and graduate education and research.
The Hibble Center is a result of leadership from two pillar organizations, UCCS and Centura Health, recognizing an opportunity and a need for this community and coming together to make something very special happen.
Students, teachers, researchers, collaborating with our excellent caregivers at Centura Health is what's going to make this place super special.
We have traveled the world, looked at all the wonderful sports medicine facilities, and can say that this is really the only true facility that brings the academics and the clinical piece under one roof.
If you look at the two organizations, UCCS and Centura, they've been long-term partners in the community, very committed to the Colorado Springs community, and I can't think of a better partnership.
We found with Centura Health a shared vision and a commitment to create a sport medicine performance center that integrates undergraduate and graduate education which is geared towards experiential learning as well as research.
I would define sports medicine as a comprehensive care of athlete. The Hibble Center has everything you could ever want as far as an athlete or an active person, as far as equipment, personnel from athletic training staff to performance coaches to physicians, state-of-the-art radiology, MRI, ultrasound, real-time x-ray, everything you could want in a one-stop sports medicine center.
We understand movement, we understand biomechanics, and so when we're training our athletes, we know how to train them the right way. When you're sprinting, you're not just running down the track. We know your knee angle, your hip angle, how much force production you need. And so there's a lot of value in that for making sure what we're doing in sports performance training actually transfers to what you're doing in your sport.
With the collaboration between UCCS and Centura, we have the opportunity to help be on the leading edge of new and improved medical procedures and treatments.
I'm excited about the entire building, whether it's education, rehabilitation, whether it's actually dedication to increased performance. This building really has it all.
When you look at our facilities, we've really designed the facilities so you can do just about anything you'd want to do. For someone like me who studies altitude physiology, we've got altitude chambers, environmental chambers, we've got exercise labs, we've got biomechanics labs, we have rooms that are set up to do, sophisticated biochemical work. Everything is under one roof.
We have 14 instructional spaces in this building. We only have 5 typical classrooms, so the rest of them are actually instructional laboratories, which combine experiential education and then the traditional didactic education.
When you look at this project, I have to think of the vision of Venkat Reddy and Centura Health for what they are doing to truly have an impact on sports performance, education, and medicine within the Pikes Peak region, the state, and the nation.
Picking the right college is key. And with one-on-one attention and hands-on experience, UCCS fuels success.
Apply today at uccs.edu.
I always dreamed of being an engineer. It encompassed everything that excited me when I was younger. And my first job in the military was an aviation mechanic, which kind of led me to come here to UCCS.
UCCS fits a niche that none of the others do. It's that first generation kid that wants to go to college. And if we're able to successfully help that kid through college, they can become an incredibly productive member of the community, and odds are, if they become a college graduate, their children and their grandchildren are going to become a college graduate.
It's gonna seem hard, it's gonna seem impossible, but it's not. I mean, I picked a pretty hard degree, and I'm almost done, and I've been a single parent the entire time.
70% of our students work and go to school. First of all, I would love to see them supported, but they're also entering the workforce with that work ethic in their mind. That means they are going to hit the ground running and make a difference for the organizations they work for.
I've had some pretty hard financial crises during my time in school. Adulting is hard, for sure. But I'm not sure I would have been as successful during this time without that aid as I have been, because after my first year, it's been there, it's helped me, and I've continued to work harder because of it, because I don't want to let these people down. They're investing in me and my future, and I want them to be proud of what they put their time and money into.
When you provide a scholarship to a student, that scholarship helps that students get through school, graduate, and enter our community as an employer, as a leader. So really at the end of the day, our community benefits when our students are supported with scholarships.
I can't tell you how many managers I've talked to who say, I'm always worried about where my next employee is going to come from and where my next professional is going to come from. And isn't it terrific that we have so many well-qualified and well-trained students coming out of UCCS who can fill my employment needs? That's a big economic driver for Colorado Springs and the Pikes Peak region.
A gift to UCCS is an investment in the students. It's an investment in their success because that is what UCCS cares about. They care about whether or not these students graduate and go out into the world and be successful.
When you make an investment in the next generation of professionals, you're really making an investment in our community.
I always dreamed of being an engineer, and now that I'm so close to graduation, I've got an internship. I feel like I'm well on my way to accomplishing that dream.
UCCS gives me the freedom I need. With flexible courses and an inspiring campus, UCCS fuels success.
Apply today at uccs.edu.
When we think about golf swing analysis, what we're doing is we're trying to analyze someone's golf swing. Typically, people want to come in and get analyzed because they have pain or because they want to increase performance. Probably most people want to do both. Golf is a very technique-driven sport, but it also requires support from doing strength and power stuff as well. The fun thing about getting your golf swing analyzed is that you can see, hey, I don't have a lot of shoulder mobility, and that's why my swing is not as efficient as it could be. So at the Hibble Center, we are trying to create 3 different levels. So for the level 1 assessment, somebody will come in, we'll get a golf history intake, we might do some height, weight, or body composition measurements, and then we take them through the TPI screen, stands for Titleist Performance Institute. After that, we put them on the TrackMan, we have them hit a couple shots, we just get some average data points in terms of club speed, ball speed, and then what we do is we take what we see in the TPI screen, any limitations, we take them through a couple of exercises, and then we put them back on the TrackMan to see if that helps improve it or doesn't improve it. But the ultimate goal is to give them something to do at home, and then they would go through the screen again and hopefully see some improvement in those performance measures. If somebody wanted a swing analysis, what they would do is they would email the Centura Sports Performance email, which is centurasportsperformance@centura.org, or they can call to schedule an appointment, and the number is 719-776-4928.
The majestic mountain lion, the perfect combination of size and deadly agility. This big cat is capable of speeds of 40 to 50 miles per hour, when properly motivated. UCCS, find your inner mountain lion.
beat.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mountain Lion Stadium for the second half of women's playoff soccer here in the RMAC tournament. We've got some highlights from the first half for you set up. Not a whole lot to talk about from either side. A couple of offensive chances, but no goals to be spoken of to this point. Some very physical play and some very close chances. Let's take a look at those highlights. Ella Fisher kicking off here. Tara Patterson trying to get a offensive opportunity to Abby Barheit there, but nothing to be had for the Mountain Lions. Save there from Lexus Walker, and a flip throw out of Corbett for the Orediggers. One of those offside calls. You see the frustration coming out of Maydew there for the Mountain Lions. The back line for the Orediggers very strong. You see another shot out of Tara Patterson there. She had the most shots of anyone, as there's a shot from Michaela Merlot that was very close. We spoke, though, about Tara Patterson. She had 6 shots, the only one on the field for either side that has more than one. And that's where we stand at this point. We're here for the start of the second half at Mountain Lion Stadium. It's the number 20 ranked Colorado School of Mines Orediggers taking the number 9 ranked UCCS Mountain Lions. Number 3 seed in the RMAC Orediggers and number 2 seed in the RMAC Mountain Lions. And we're set to go here from Mountain Lion Stadium. This time the Mountain Lions going from left to right on your screen. They are in the black jerseys. The Orediggers are wearing white, and they will be going from right to left this time for the second half. Mountain Lions have, both the Mountain Lions and the Orediggers, I should say, have their starters back out there at the start of this second half, as Sims will move it up for Merlot, over to Barheit and back to Sims. Mountain Lions lead the shot category 9-5. Of course, 6 of those shots coming off the foot of Tara Patterson. Also with shots for the Mountain Lions, Caitlin Hinkle, Michaela Merlot, and Bree Johnson, all with 1 shot each. Shots coming from the Orediggers, all with 1. Elliot Edwards, Carolina Seidebeck, Emma Peterson, Colleen Terrell, and Laura Butler with shots for the Orediggers. Hinkle trying to keep that one in control for the Mountain Lions as she is hounded there by Butler, but it'll be moved into the middle of the field and back out for Barheit. Good job settling down that hard pass from Percino, as the Mountain Lions have controlled the ball since the kickoff, and that one will be kicked and kept in play there by Laura Butler. That's a nice play. But the Mountain Lions will take control back, and it'll be Merlot in the midfield, moving it up for Barheit. Barheit has Hinkle to her right if she wants her. That she elects to play it in the middle of the field for Tori Maydew. She has the ball. Good job staying onside. Tries to play it back for Patterson. Patterson comes back in. And it looks like we're going to get a whistle here, possibly an offside call. It looks like it's going to be an offside call, as Sierra Roth, the goalkeeper for Mines, will track it down. She'll play it from outside the goalie box. 2 minutes gone already here in the second half. No shots from either side in the second half. As Patterson and McDermott fight for it in the middle of the field. Patterson gets it back, tries to play it for Sims, and some aggressiveness coming out early here from the Orediggers as they try and fight for the possession back from the Mountain Lions. But the Mountain Lions will try and play it ahead. It will end up rolling out of bounds for a Mines throw-in right in front of the UCCS bench. Taking that throw-in will be Carolina Cederbeck. Cederbeck has one of those Orediggers shots on the evening. Comes to Reese McDermott. She's hounded there by Jade Kinsey and played forward, but cleared out by Katie Puccino. So we mentioned earlier, Puccino has a all RMAC honorable mention honor for this season. Congratulations to her, as well as several other of the Mountain Lions and Orediggers that got those nods this year. Trying to settle it down there is Barheit, but it kicks over to Merlot. Playing it back is Sims. She moves it up for Hinkle. Hinkle works on Harmon there and gets it past, trying to track it down is Tara Patterson. Can she get a shot off? No, she fakes the shot. She'll get it back to Barheit. She puts a shot on. It's tipped in front. Knocked down is Roth, but no foul called on the play, and that one's going to be tipped back out. And Patterson will take control again for the Mountain Lions, trying to get past the defender and plays it up for Barheit. Barheit trying to get past the defense. Plays it back for Merlot. Relentless on the ball there was Laura Butler. Good defense, but Merlot gets through a shot. And a nice save there by Sierra Roth. What an opportunity for the Mountain Lions. Wow. What a save by Sierra Roth, and we are still scoreless. 41 minutes left on the clock in the second half. And circle that one and remember it later in this game. Looked like a prime opportunity for Michaela Merlot, and laying out with full extension is Sierra Roth to keep the score even at 0. Orediggers tip it ahead at midfield, but Kinsey plays it forward for Merlot. She tries to clear it out. Hinkles has an opportunity to track it down there, but it will first be touched by Ava Harmon and played up for the Orediggers, but the Mountain Lions will take control back and move it back across midfield with Abby Barheit. Give and go with Tara Patterson, gets it into the middle, and Ella Fisher. Fisher had the only goal for the Mountain Lions in their quarterfinal match, and a nice play there to take it back for Ella Fisher. Over for Tara Patterson. Patterson plays it forward. Hinkle back to Patterson. Patterson will settle down for a moment, plays it in the middle of the field. Good move there. She has McKenna Fowler on the far side, trying to get it to her. Cederbeck hounded there. Maydew. Patterson scores! The Mountain Lions take a 1-0 lead. Here in the second half, it looked like a harmless shot off the foot of Tara Patterson, but it ends up sneaking by Sierra Roth for a Mountain Lion goal. Tori Maydew will get credit for the assist in the Mountain Lions on their 11th shot of the game. We got a replay here as Patterson just comes in off this little tip pass, and Roth wasn't expecting it. It was past her before she even dove for it, and the Mountain Lions take the 1-0 lead here in the second half. What a turn of events after the absolutely phenomenal save off the shot from Michaela Merlot. What looked to be like a harmless opportunity shot off the foot of Tara Patterson gives the Mountain Lions the advantage. And the Mountain Lions are looking for more as they move it back into the Orediggers' end. It'll be Sims there trying to move it forward, but it'll be played back for Puccino. Puccino, Sims back with it. And over for Kinsey. Kinsey moves it up. Has Ella Fisher right there, but she tries to give it ahead. Back up for Tara Patterson, who just scored. She will track it down in the corner, tries to find a crossing opportunity, and will try and find McKenna Fowler. Michaela Merlot will put it on net, but an easy save there as good position by Sierra Roth. And she will punt it away for the Orediggers. 1-0, the Mountain Lions have the advantage after the strike off the foot of Tara Patterson. That is good for Patterson's 8th goal this season. That leads the Mountain Lions, and a chance here for Mines as that one goes wide. A nice header off of Reese McDermott. She had a goal in the match for the quarterfinal match, for the Orediggers, but it was tipped out by Alexis Walker, so it will end up being a corner kick for Colorado School of Mines, 37-35 left, and that one's put back into play, looking for a redirection, and gets one there, and that one's tipped back out. That one goes off the head of Jade Kinsey. A good defensive play there, but we will do it again, taking the corner kick once more is Colleen Terrell. She just took that first one. This is the second corner kick from either side of the second half. That earlier one being the first one. Puccino tries to clear it, but McDermott tries to put it back on net. A little bit of a shooting gallery momentarily there for the Orediggers, but a nice job by Michaela Merlot to recover and quickly trying to take control of that one. Tori Maydew, but after bobbling it for a moment, Lexi Walker will settle things down here, Mountain Lions Stadium, and punt it away. First to touch it at midfield is Tara Patterson. She heads it forward, trying to find Maydew, but unable to get it to her. But Patterson will take control again. Has Fowler streaking down to her left, but elects to move it into the middle of the field to her assistant captain, Ella Fisher. That one goes a little too far ahead off the foot of Hinkle, and Butler will try and move it back up for the Orediggers. Orediggers looking to play with a little bit more pace here as they try and even the score. "36 minutes left on the clock. Patterson moves it forward. She's trying to get Tori Maydew and has her. Maydew tries to put a shot on, but that one's too high as she's knocked down. It looks like she is a little slow to get up. She is back on her feet, but no foul called on the play. The Orediggers make a substitution as Emma Peterson makes her way back into the match. We saw her quite a bit in the first half. She replaced Emmy Higgins in the midfield just then. Trying to get it back for the Mountain Lions and getting that backwards progress is Jade Kinsey. Patterson trying to get past Terrell, but she'll play it back for McKenna Fowler. Fowler up to Patterson. Patterson back to Kinsey, hounded there by McDermott, over to Ella Fisher. Fisher tries to get it over to Patterson once more, but it was too far in front of her. Trying to track that one down is Reese McDermott for the Orediggers, but Puccino will play it up for Kinsey. Kinsey will elect trying to get it to McKenna Fowler on that far sideline, but unable to get the pass to her. It rolls out of bounds, and it will be a throw-in opportunity for Mines. That's Landry Corbett taking a few steps back. Looks like we may get another flip throw out of her, and we will. Ball back in play. First touch there by the Orediggers, but a nice play there by Caitlin Hinkle to move it out. She's chipped off the ball, no foul called, but the Orediggers will cut it off at midfield. Play it to the sideline. Tries to get it forward, but the Mountain Lions are going to clear it. That looks like that one's going to stay in bounds and just roll parallel to the sideline as both Maydew and That one looked like it went out of bounds, and we do get a whistle, as that one did for sure end up going out of play. Taking the throw-in for the Orediggers is Ava Harmon. They're going to give it back to Corbett. When you're with the extra space on that side of the field, she'll probably be taking most of those to get the extra distance off the flip throw, and that will be the case here. Kinsey working on McDermott. Kinsey, good defense there from the Mountain Lions, and the Orediggers are going to have to play it back and try and regroup here momentarily. Playing it across for Butler. Overrunning her is Barheit, but Sims still in position to make a play on Harmon, who has it now, and a nice play there by Sims. She keeps it in bounds and will move it back upfield. She has Hinkle. Good defensive play by Zoe Sims of the Mountain Lions to take control back, and Patterson has it on the offensive side of the field. Quick transition for the Mountain Lions as Patterson will play it into the middle, try and regroup for a moment with Fisher. Fisher over. McKenna Fowler with it now on the far side. Working on Cedabeck over there. Tipped off momentarily there. Looks like it's Rowan over there for the Orediggers, and Hinkle's trying to get it back for the Mountain Lions. Won't be able to do so. So the Orediggers will move it upfield with McDermott. McDermott over to Butler. Butler's got Barheit in front of her. Barheit. Nice defensive stand there from Abby Barheit of the Mountain Lions. Played back, and the Orediggers, a cross opportunity goes off of Michaela Merlot and cut off in the middle of the field by Katie Pacino. And Barheit will clear it up. Patterson now has Hinkle to her left in the middle of the field, but she takes it herself. Now gives it off to Hinkle. Hinkle gets past the defender momentarily, plays it forward. Patterson has a look. Off of Roth. Can Patterson clear? But no, it is cleared out. That should be a throw-in, I believe. But we're going to have a substitution here for the Mountain Lions. Fabiola Estrada is going to come in. Looks like she will take the place of Hinkle on that right side midfield position. First time we've seen Fabiola this afternoon. Patterson is over there to take the throw-in. Merlot trying to work it in. Crossing opportunity is played out by the Orediggers. Kinsey trying to work the ball away from Edwards there. Plays it into her assistant captain in Fisher. Fisher back to Merlot. Little pitch and catch in the middle of the field. Playing it across. That's Patterson. Patterson working on the defender. Puts another shot on, and a nice save there by Sierra Roth, and that one's going to be tipped out, so it'll be a Mountain Lion corner kick. Misplayed there briefly off the foot of it looked like Katie Kaler. Michaela Merlot will work her way over to take it for the Mountain Lions. And a correction from earlier, I believe it was Hinkle that made her way off for the Mountain Lions, but it was Abby Barheit. So Barheit goes off. Hinkle is still in the game for the Mountain Lions, and Michaela Merlot will have the corner kick here. Plays it in, looking for a redirect, and it's cleared out of the box by the Orediggers. Tries to tip it ahead. Has McDermott there. Good defense there by Michaela Merlot, getting back for the Mountain Lions. The Mountain Lions have controlled this game since halftime. Fabiola Estrada is pushed off the ball there. Taking control is Harmon for the Orediggers. Played up for McDermott. She's tripped off the ball, but a clean soccer play, no foul. Ends up with Butler. She'll play it up the sideline, trying to find McDermott in the middle of the field, and Pacino will come in to clear that one out for UCCS. Lauren Klingman checks in for the Orediggers. Taking the throw in is Ava Harmon. She's trying to find Butler there, but a good defensive header from Fabiola Estrada, and Estrada pitching in once again defensively. Estrada dealt with a knee injury for most of the early part of this season, but we've seen her come in quite frequently as of late in defensive situations. So we'll have a throw-in for Mines here. With the ball in her hands is Laura Butler, but she'll give it off to Ava Harmon. We'll have another substitution. Going off is Colleen Terrell. Coming on is Paula Ruby. Harmon throws it in, has Butler. Butler has Estrada defending her, gets it into the middle of the field. A chance here for the Orediggers. If they can get a shot off, they do, and it goes just wide right. The best offensive opportunity to this point of the half for the Orediggers, but it goes wide right. And it will be Alexis Walker playing it out off the goal kick to Jade Kinsey. Kinsey tries to move it up the field, but a good play there by the Orediggers. It goes off the foot of McDermott and out of play. Throwing it in is Kinsey. Maydew hounded off the ball, but it's still a Mount Line throw-in. That one's tipped out of play this time again by the Orediggers. It looked like it may have gone off of Tara Patterson, but McKenna Fowler will throw it in once more. Maydew working on it there on the sideline. Tipped out, still in play, and tackled down to the ground is Tori Maydew, but they say that she was the one out of position, so it will be a free kick awarded to School of Mines. Katie Kaler moves it up, gets past Maydew into the middle of the field now for Ruby, who's just into the game. Now moving it up is Jordan Barnhart. Barnhart has played all of this match for the Orediggers as Fowler moves it up, trying to find Maydew. Maydew working on Cedabeck there, but Cedabeck gets the best of that situation and moves it back up to Paula Ruby. Ruby up to Ava Harmon. Harmon finds help on the sideline, and that one's poked out. They say it goes off the foot of Laura Butler. And we'll get some substitutions into the game here for the Mount Lions. Gabriella Lancaster. Johnson's going to replace Hinkle. Gabriella Lancaster will replace Ella Fisher. And Sydney Laster comes in place of Tori Maydew on the offensive side of midfield. Estrada with the throw-in. Tries to get it over Butler's head, but unable to, and that one's tipped. Tried to get it up the field, did Tara Patterson, but unable to keep it in play. So a throw-in this time for the Orediggers as Harmon moves it up the field. With it there is Reese McDermott. She will move it into the middle of the field to Paula Ruby. McKenna Fowler takes control for the Mount Lions, moves it ahead, trying to find Lancaster. That's Laster just into the game for the Mount Lions. Mount Lions trying to harass the Ordigger attack on that far sideline. Gabrielle Lancaster unable to poke it free. Pitching in on defense is Tara Patterson, but it's chipped off of a defender, and they're going to call a foul on the Mountain Lions. So it'll be a free kick in a pretty dangerous spot, just 8 or so yards out of the box. They're going to move the spot back. It's much further back than I thought, but still not a very comfortable spot if you're the Mountain Lions. It's going to be right on the 30-yard line of the football marks on the free kick, far side of the field. About 10 feet towards the sideline from the hash. But good defense there from Jade Kinsey. Fabiola Estrada trying to clear that one out. It's going to be tipped off of the foot of the Orediggers offensive player in Edwards. So Zoe Sims will get a throw in for the Mount Lions. Plays it into Estrada. Estrada hounded there by Butler. Butler tips it back out of play for another throw in for the Mount Lions. She gets it in for Gabriella Lancaster. Lancaster gives the ball up momentarily to Butler, but has a nice recovery there to get it ahead. Tara Patterson makes a nice move to move it into the middle of the field. And Michaela Merlot will move it up across midfield for the Mountain Lions. McKenna Fowler plays it up for Merlot. Give and go back to Fowler, but too far in front of her. It'll roll out of play, and it'll be a throw-in for the Orediggers. First to touch it off the throw-in is Emma Peterson. And another foul is going to be called on the Mountain Lions. This time it's going to go against McKenna Fowler. That one was drawn by Peterson of the Orediggers. Mountain Lions lead this semifinal RMAC match by a score of 1-0. 22 minutes, 40 seconds left on the clock. The only strike in the game was off the foot of Tara Patterson, good for her 8th goal of the season, her first of the postseason for the Mountain Lions. The assist on the goal goes to Tori Maydew. Missing on the tip there momentarily is Edwards, but it's going to end up on the feet of Laura Butler. There to defend her is Fabiola Estrada, but it'll end up coming back to Edwards. A crossing opportunity here for the Orediggers. And the Mountain Lions trying to get in front of that one, but it ends up on the foot of Ruby, and that one shot up over too high. That was a nice opportunity shot from Lauren Klingman, but it goes through the football uprights, over the crossbar, and out of play, and it will be a Mountain Lion goal kick. Swinging it out to Zoe Sims. Off the goal kick for the Mountain Lions. Lancaster moving it up, trying to find Patterson, but it's too far in front of her, and the Orediggers will take control once more. That one skips off of Katie Pacino and ends up on the feet of Edwards for the Orediggers. Good defensive recovery by the Mountain Lions, as that was a quick transition for the Orediggers, just too far in front of the offensive attack there, and it will roll out of play, and we'll get substitutions into the game. It will be a Orediggers throw-in. Emmy Higgins and Amina Nelson re-enter the game. Ella Fisher re-enters the game for the Mountain Lions. Throw-in for the Orediggers coming back in. Onto the feet of Amina Nelson, who just subbed in for the Orediggers. Good defensive play there by Katie Pacino as she heads that one away from Emmy Higgins. As the Orediggers looking to get some offensive attack going here with 20 minutes, 25 seconds left in the half. They're trying to keep their RMAC season alive, as that one's cleared back in for the Orediggers. Tipped out by Katie Pacino, but possession still being fought for on that far side. It'll end up on the feet of Ella Fisher, who just subbed back in for the Mountain Lions, and she'll clear it back up to midfield. Playing it back is the Orediggers, trying to reset. Ends up on Ava Harmon's foot. She'll find some options. Plays it into the middle of the field for Ruby. And that one ends up for Higgins. She trips momentarily, and the Mountain Lions will be able to get control back off of the miscue from Emmy Higgins. Mountain Lions move it across the field. Patterson plays it over for Zoe Sims. Sims has it on the UCCS marks. Nice little tip by Bree Johnson, but she tripped up and was unable to follow her little tip pass to herself. Ends up on the feet of McKenna Fowler. Plays it forward for Lassiter. Lassiter trying to get it back up for Fowler. Fowler has to slow down to stay on side, but it ends up back with Fabiola Estrada on the near side, right in front of the Mountain Lion mascot and Clyde. Nice move there on Laura Butler by Fabiola Estrada. Can she get the cross attempt? It's tipped out, and it's going to be a goal kick. Another substitution coming in is number 29, Brooke Pennington. The first time we've seen Pennington this evening. Looks like she will take the spot of, I believe that is Ruby that goes off. Unsure. No, Ruby's still out there. Hard to tell who went off from our vantage point. We'll get that information to you as soon as we've confirmed it. And that one's cleared out by the Orediggers for a Mount Lion throw, and it'll be Fabiola Estrada on the near side to take it. She's gonna tie her shoe here momentarily, so we'll get a clock stoppage. 18 minutes, 15 seconds. Should the score hold and become final, the Mountain Lions will play the winner of Colorado Mesa and Regis. That game got underway at 6 p.m. Mountain Time up in Grand Junction, Colorado. As if Regis gets the best of the Mavericks in Grand Junction, that game will be played here at Mountain Lion Stadium should this score hold. If CMU is the victor, that game will be played in Grand Junction no matter who wins this game. And tripped off the ball there is Zoe Sims. It looks like we may get a card here. No card after all. Just an explanation to Emmy Higgins off the foul on Zoe Sims, but Sims will have a free kick coming. Sims puts it back in play, slides it across for Jade Kinsey. Kinsey moves it up across midfield for the Mountain Lions. Tries to play it ahead, looking for Lancaster. And that one's tipped back, and that one's going to go out of play for a corner kick. No foul called as Ava Harmon's trying to plead her case. But the Mountain Lions are moving in quickly. A shot there, and that one goes wide and over the goal off the foot of Jade Kinsey. Substitution once more for the Orediggers. Going off is Laura Butler. Still trying to ask about what the call was earlier is Ava Harmon. But entering the game is Hannah Rowan, number 12 for the Orediggers. We saw her briefly in the first half. 16 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock here. Mount Lion Stadium, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Mount Lions trying to reach the RMAC final. Orediggers trying to tie it up and keep their RMAC conference tournament alive. Cutting that one off is Katie Pacino. She'll play it over for Zoe Sims. It's been 7 or 8 minutes since the Orediggers have even crossed that 30-yard blue line for the Mount Lions. Tripped off the ball there is McKenna Fowler, and they will get a foul called there. Fowler drawing it on number 24, Lauren Klingman, as Patterson swings it off across the field. Estrada will clean up there right on the sideline. Nice block off the ball there. Throwing it in is Hannah Rowan, but it was last touched by Rowan, so Estrada's gonna throw it in, but we've got Jaden Davis comes in place of what looks like going off is Fabiola Estrada. No, excuse me, Estrada's still over there. It was Lassiter going off. We've seen Davis also sub in defensive situations in the late going of this season. Mount Lions using everybody on their bench, as have Colorado School of Mines throughout this game. Patterson works on the fender there. Nice job getting past Ruby down to the corner of the field. Tries to get it to Johnson, but that one will roll off of the end line. Last touch by the Mountain Lions. So we get a goal kick. 14 minutes, 13 seconds left with another sub coming in. Abby Barheit comes back into the game, switching places once more with Fabiola Estrada on that near side midfield attack position. Goal kick coming from Sierra Roth. Alexis Walker, the goalkeeper for UCCS, hasn't seen a whole lot of action, but might get an opportunity here. But the Mountain Lions staying strong on defense. Clear back out. Fisher moves it back into the Orediggers side of the field. Jane Davis picks that one away momentarily. Played back by the Orediggers. And it ends up on the feet of Rowan, trying to play it forward, but the Mountain Lions will take control once more. Lancaster plays it back, tripped up, no call. Looked like a sure foul for a moment there, but center referee Oscar Arias says that that was a clean soccer play getting the ball, so Sims will try and keep that offensive pressure alive. Goes off the foot of the Orediggers momentarily, and they call a foul, that time on Sims, drawn by Amina Nelson. So a free kick for Ava Harmon. She's going to actually switch it off and give the opportunity to Jordan Barnhart. Barnhart will put it back in play. First to touch it there is Zoe Sims. Good position there to get back in front of Nelson. Ruby will try and play it forward, but a good defensive header there by Jade Kinsey. But the Orediggers will still try and get this offensive opportunity into the deep part of the Mountain Lion end. But once again, another good clear by Jade Kinsey, and that one's going to roll all the way back into the Orediggers end. 12 minutes and 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, 12 minutes left in the second half of this semifinal RMAC women's soccer match. The Mountain Lions lead it 1-0 as the Mountain Lions goalkeeper Alexis Walker will settle things down. First time she's touched the ball in 20-25 minutes. Not a whole lot of opportunity off of this half for School of Mines offensively. Trying to keep that one in play, and does so as Harmon. A nice play there as she's tripped up momentarily by Bree Johnson. Looks like it will be a foul and a free kick for the Orediggers, and will be. Nice job there by Bree Johnson to tip that one back out of play and get the throw in. Back in quickly. Lancaster tries to play it forward, but a good job keeping it for the Orediggers does Peterson. The Mountain Lions end up with it. A quick turn there by Bree Johnson. Excuse me, that's Ella Fisher, 20, not 22. My apologies. And it will be a Mountain Lion throw-in here momentarily, but coming back into the game is Michaela Merlot. JB Belzer will give some direction to McKenna Fowler there right in front of his own bench. We've got subs coming in, a host of subs on both sides. We'll see who that is once they are announced. Fowler moves it back in. That one will go back out of play, tipped off by the School of Mines. So another throw in for UCCS, and Fowler will move back up to take it. Plays it right back into Patterson right in front of her. Patterson's got a host of defenders on her. She's just going to play it into the corner and try and waste some time, but it kicks back out. Jane Davis trying to pitch in. Tara Patterson moves it into the box, tries to get a cross off, but it doesn't get to. It will be a corner kick for the Mountain Lions with just under 10 minutes here to play. You see 9:45 left on the scoreboard here. Jane Davis quickly plays it back into Tara Patterson. Patterson tries to see what her options are, dancing there with Corbett. She's going to move it back into the corner, waste some more time off the clock here, and that is once again kicked out of play by the Orediggers, this time on the sideline part of the flag, so it'll be a throw-in for Jaden Davis. Throws it in, right back into that corner, go to the Mountain Lions. Patterson trying to waste time. And the Orediggers do a good job keeping that one in bounds, and this one's going to be an Orediger throw-in as they're fighting for possession back. Corbett, we'll see another flip throw coming from her right now. Have a nice distance on that one, but the Mountain Lions able to keep it in play. Kinsey moves it in. Davis plays it in the middle. Fisher to Patterson and back to Davis on the sideline. Davis will move it down. Looks like she may try and get some offensive pressure here. Plays it back to Patterson. Patterson gonna bring it back down in that corner. Crossing opportunity, finds Hinkle, and that one goes too high. Over the fence and into the parking lot here at Mountain Lions Stadium, but a great opportunity crossed by Tara Patterson. Leads the Mountain Lions squad in assists, but can't find another one as that header attempt by Caitlin Hinkle was a little too far, and Sims can't track that one down, so it'll go out of play. Throwing here coming for Laura Butler. Gets it in. Chipped ahead over the head of Emmy Higgins, and that one's going to go out of play for another Orediger throw-in. Played to the back line, and Jordan Barnhart, she'll play it forward. Corbett plays it forward. Off the foot there of Taryn. And the Mountain Lions will move it back up offensively. Ella Fisher, who had a goal in the quarterfinal match for the Mountain Lions, plays it to the sideline. There to collect is McKenna Fowler. Fowler's played all game long for the Mountain Lions. We typically see her subbed out in the latter parts of each half, but not this evening. She's played all the minutes to be played. 7 minutes to go here, and that one tripped up there momentarily as Ava Harmon as she goes spilling out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in for Jade Kinsey right in front of the coaches of Colorado School of Mines. She throws it in and gets another throw-in attempt, this time right at midfield. Headed back by the Orediggers. Trying to get it forward there is Elliott Edwards. And it goes out of bounds once more. Corbett's going to have a throw-in, but first we'll get substitutions. Looks like Corbett's going to throw this one back in. Another flip throw at her. Gets it almost all the way into the goalie box, but that one's going to get deflected out of play. And it's going to be a corner kick, it looks like. We have Orediger down, tying their shoe in the box there. Unsure who that is. It looked like it might have gone off of an Orediger and out of play, but just under 6 minutes here. Corner kick opportunity for the School of Mines. Haven't had a whole lot of offense. Trying to convert here, tie this game up. Corbett puts it in play, looking for a redirection, but good defense out of the Mountain Lions, and they try and move it back upfield. Put back on net, and a nice position play there by Alexis Walker. She lets it roll out of play for the goal kick. Goal kick coming for the Mountain Lions. Alexis Walker plays it out to Jade Kinsey. Kinsey moves it up, was harassed momentarily by McDermott. Tori Maydew enters the game once more for the Mountain Lions. After taking a brief rest here in that second half, get a warm up on the sideline. And here we go again. The Mountain Lions look to reset, but instead moving it forward is Jade Kinsey to Ella Fisher, dancing with Paula Ruby at midfield, and she'll move it up to Maydew. Maydew tries to find Patterson on the far sideline. Patterson dancing there. Has Cedabeck on her. Trying to waste some more time off the clock. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Mountain Lions still hold the 1-0 lead. Trying to make it out of the semifinal, where they were eliminated by Westminster College last year as the Mountain Lions. Good defensive recovery, I should say. There, tipped off the ball, no foul called. And that one's going to be cleared out by Katie Pacino. Knocked off the ball there momentarily with the offensive opportunity for the Orediggers is Elise Putnam. And it looks like we're going to get a throw in here. Over to take it is Corbett. Looks like we'll get another throw in as she has some more space to work with on this side of the field. Corbett weighs her options in the box, throws it in. Right on the near corner and headed out by Tara Patterson. It will be a corner kick. So another opportunity coming for Corbett, this time off of a corner kick. This will be the third corner kick opportunity, second of the half for, should be the fifth corner kick. Scoreboard has missed a few corner kicks here at Mount Lion Stadium, but moving it forward is Maydew. Clearing it forward is McKenna Fowler, getting it all the way down the field. Looks like that one's going to roll all the way to Sarah Roth, and she's going to punt it back upfield, trying to get it quickly into the Mountain Lion end. Not a whole lot of time left for the Orediggers to try and tie it here. The Mountain Lions trying to stay strong on defense and get themselves a spot in the RMAC final. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play as Michaela Merlot takes control back at midfield. Caitlin Hinkle plays it back forward for Michaela Merlot. Nice play there. Merlot's tipped off the ball there and no foul called. I'm shocked. That was all shoulder of Michaela Merlot. No ball whatsoever coming from behind from Emma Peterson, but no foul called. Kinsey's going to try and track that one down, but we'll let it roll as it was last touched by Colorado School of Mines. Mountain Lions lead the shot category 17-9, 1 minute, 40 seconds left. Time running out on the Orediggers. Can they even it up, or will it be the Mountain Lions to move on to the RMAC final? We'll find out here in the next couple of minutes. 1 minute 30 left. Abby Barheit tries to cut that one off, but it ends up back with the Orediggers. A shot put on net and a good save there by Alexis Walker. 1 minute 17, 16, 1 minute 15 seconds left here in the RMAC semifinal, Mount Lions trying to move on. Orediggers trying to tie it up and push this one to extra time. Sims gonna clear it out of play. 1 minute remaining. 55 seconds. Taking the throw in is Harmon. Crunch time now for the Orediggers. Let's see what they can do. Corbett moving up the sideline, trying to get the flip throw in, puts it near the net. Opportunity, and pushed out is Alexis Walker, and a foul is going to be called. Tori Maydew drew a foul in the box there on Hannah Rowan, so 25 seconds. I think this is pretty much going to do it for the RMAC tournament, of the Orediggers. Not a very far clear off the foot of Alexis Walker, but cleared out by Zoe Sims. 10 seconds to play. The Mountain Lions looking to try and get an RMAC championship game, and tipped out of play, and that will do it for Mountain Lions Stadium. A foul at the end of the game, but it will be, are they gonna add a second back here? Nope, that's the game. Mountain Lions will win this one 1-0 and get a chance at the RMAC championship. We'll get an update here for you from Grand Junction. It looks like Regis University is leading that game as it stands right now, 1-0. That game is at halftime, so if that score holds, the Mountain Lions and it will be a 1-0 tie in Grand Junction. Some replay coming here. That's the goal from Tara Patterson, giving the Mountain Lions their 1-0 victory off the assist from Tori Maydew. An embrace there. Both seniors for this Mountain Lions squad. May be their last game here at Mountain Lions Stadium. We'll see. Nice shot there by Michaela Merlot, saved by Sierra Roth. And Alexis Walker gets a clean sheet here in the RMAC semifinal game. Another one-on-one opportunity there by Tara Patterson. Tried to trick Sierra Roth, but unable to do so, and staying strong there in that spot. Fabiola Estrada tripped off the ball there. Clean play, no foul called. And here is the chance by Paula Ruby. Almost tied the game for the Orediggers, but just wide. And another opportunity as a nice little chip off the foot of Lauren Klingman. So the Colorado School of Mines is eliminated here in Colorado Springs by the UCCS Mountain Lions. The Mountain Lions will move ahead to the RMAC championship game as we congratulate the Orediggers on their RMAC season, and we congratulate the UCCS Mountain Lions on securing a spot in the RMAC championship game. As we mentioned, Regis leads Colorado Mesa University 1-0 at halftime in Grand Junction. Should that score prove to be a final at the end of the night, the Mountain Lions will host the RMAC championship game here on Saturday. If CMU comes back and wins that game, they will host the RMAC championship in Grand Junction on Sunday. Either way, the Mountain Lions will be there to play for the RMAC championship. And we thank you for joining us on this evening here in Colorado Springs, Colorado. For all of us here at UCCS, at UCCS Live and the RMAC Network, thank you for joining us. This has been a presentation of RMAC Competition Playoff Women's Soccer. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night.